Hello, everybody, and welcome to the show. It is June 6th, 2022. This is episode 10 already of MELLONfights. I am Drew.
And I am Tara.
We are a brother-sister duo, and this is a sports and entertainment podcast. This is my new voice I'm trying out. What do you think of it?
It sounds a lot like the Love Shack guy.
The Love Shack guy.
Yeah.
Ooh, hey everybody, Love Shack. Is that him?
Yes.
I don't know. I think
I got in my Chrysler. It's as big as
yeah.
a well.
That guy. That's right.
Yeah, like that.
For sure.
That was
So
the
you're saying
vibe
it's,
I was getting.
so you're saying it's good then?
Yeah, definitely.
Because that song was a hit. I don't know if you remember when that song came out when we were kids, and when we were a kid, it was brand new. But I thought it was like an old song. Like it sounded old to me. I thought it was old.
I just learned that it came out when we were kids. I thought it was old too.
You did too?
Yeah.
Oh, right this moment you learned it, as I told you?
I thought it was
No, it was like, yeah, I thought it was like from like the 70s. No, it was like brand new. For those that don't know what the world used to be like, I mean, we're not even that old. Like, we're old now at this point because we're in our late 30s. But like, when we were young, there's this thing called Jukebox Network. And it was like this channel on our cable where you could like pay a certain amount for the song you want, the music video you want to play. And like Love Shack would come on it all the time because it was super popular at the time. And I think one time Mom and Dad let me order a song.
What song was it?
I ordered Love Shack.
Oh.
It was either Love Shack. Well, I think it was Love Shack. The other option could have been Stand by REM. Stand in the place where you are. I don't know the words to anything. So even if it was like my favorite song at the time, but that was on a lot too. Those were like really big when we had Jukebox Network. It was weird. It was basically kind of like iTunes, but you didn't get to keep it. It just played, and that was the end of it. It was weird. Jukebox Network, yeah. So we're 100 years old, basically, is my point.
Yeah. I don't remember a Jukebox Network.
You don't remember Jukebox Network?
No.
We were young. We were young when we had that. We were very, very young. I was like, it was when we lived at the old house. When we lived at the schoolhouse. So we were young as shit.
Yeah, I was more of a radio gal, I guess.
Okay. I just don't think you were listening to music at all, to be honest.
Maybe.
You weren't. We weren't like music listeners when we were kids, except for like Jukebox Network and whatever Trin would put on.
Yes, definitely. Bon Jovi.
So, Bon Jovi.
Yeah.
Lots of Bon Jovi as
Guns
children.
N' Roses.
Lots of Bon Jovi and Guns N' Roses is what was playing in our ears because of our older brother. He was right at that age. It was perfect for him to be listening to Bon Jovi and GNR. So, we don't talk about music enough yet on this podcast. We'll have to get to that eventually. It's harder to talk about music unless we're talking about like an event that happened. But right. I actually did want to talk about. Let's start with music. If you're watching on, I guess no one's watching live, but if you do watch the clip, you'll see a album cover behind me, and it's the new Harry Styles album.
Ooh.
Harry's House. Terrible name for an album, by the way. Harry's House.
I like
Harry's House. Harry's House. You like it?
I do. I think it's a great name.
My question was, have you listened to the album yet?
No.
You haven't. You suck at listening to shit and seeing shit. You don't see anything.
I know.
It's a really great record.
Sometimes I seriously am like, what do I do with my life? I don't watch anything. I don't listen to anything. So that was
I don't know what you do.
I know.
You're in your room a lot.
Alone. I am.
It's good though. You should listen to it. Maybe instead of no, I like you watching a movie, but you should listen to Harry's. Maybe we'll talk about it next week, or I'll just tell you about it now. Harry's House though. I want to talk about Harry Styles a little bit. I think he's an interesting dude.
Mm-hmm.
I
love him.
Yeah, he's great. It's funny, like One Direction, whatever it was a boy band, but Harry definitely stepped out and kind of became a guy that I feel like generations will dig. Like he feels like an artist. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, he's just as much pop as probably anyone else, and it's and manufactured just as much as the others pop stars. But whatever they're doing, they're doing a better job where it feels like he's an artist, you know, a throwback to like the Beatles and stuff like that. Where he's kind of it's like, oh, maybe it's pop, but it's also like he's got something to say.
Right. Well,
Is that
he's
true? One of
just
his song. What? Go ahead.
he's just so like charming and
Yeah,
personable, and I think that's why
yeah.
people are drawn to him too, where he seems kind of like a normal dude even though he grew
When he's
up.
not.
No, not at all. He grew up in one
Yeah,
direction, and but he still just seems grounded, and like you said, he has something to say.
yeah. I think he's one of the. Well, I don't know if he has something to say. He's one of those stars though that like, um, just kind of makes sense. Sometimes you're like, how's that guy a star? Do you know? Like Ed
Right.
Sheeran's a good example of that. Like,
Yes.
I'm not a big I don't love his songs. People think he's a really great songwriter. And nothing about him makes sense to me. I'm just like, how's
No.
that guy a huge star? Nothing against him. I don't see it is all. But like with Harry Styles, I feel like he's that type of guy who's just like, duh.
Yeah.
Handsome, charming. Whether he's a good guy or not, he definitely portrays himself as one.
Mhm.
And then has really cool music where it's not quite as it feels like he's putting on a show. I feel like Ed Sheeran just looks like he's up there. I'm singing my song now. Where
Yeah.
like I mean, for but lack of a better, like Harry's up there almost like an actor. Like he's
Yeah.
portraying a character,
Sure.
which is so important with like music. People don't get that, you know.
Oh, yeah. It's like the
Like
best are always doing that. They're like
right
portraying
when you
like a
yeah when
character.
you think about Prince, he
Yeah.
was portraying a character. Even like Tupac was portraying this character.
Yeah.
You know, he was like this super smart dude, and like you know everyone just thought he was like this thug rapper. You know, obviously he had thug life on his belly and stuff like that. But he was also like it was a character. It was for a reason.
Mhm.
He knew what he was doing. The Beatles were the same way. It's a character. They were playing like, hey, so when people come out and sing their song Ed Sheeran style, like
Yeah.
I don't understand it completely. There's no real character there. And Harry's pretty cool. I mean, but like I said, does he have something to say? He has one of his songs is about Matilda. Is basically about Matilda the movie.
What?
It's like what? Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. I don't know. I think there. I'm sure he has a reason why, but it was like what?
It's a great movie. I
Uh,
get it. I could see writing a
yeah, he's
song about it.
sure. But you should listen to the record that today or this week or something. It's pretty
Okay.
dang good. Like I like water. Like Fine Line was his last record was good, and his first solo record I can't think what it was called, but there was a couple tunes on it. Like man, this isn't just pop. It's pretty cool. It's got
Right.
some like again, it is still pop, and there's probably a bunch of people behind it. I don't really know, but Harry Styles is a cool cat. I guess that's my point.
I feel
And he's
like he's got
polarizing.
I feel like he's got more than two nipples too, which is
Oh
interesting.
shit, nipple man. He's a
Yeah.
nipple man.
I think he might
Nipples triples.
I think he has at least 4.
Four. Oh,
I
nipples
think
triples
so.
sounded better. I don't got a rhyme for four nipples. Four fools norples. Not
No.
bad.
Not
Not bad.
good. Not
All
good.
right. Well, another thing about him is like, for instance, like I was thinking about we were watching. There was something with Ted Lasso on,
Oh yeah.
and I was like, and it made. I was like, you know, it makes more sense to me that Olivia Wilde is dating Harry Styles. It just felt more right. It felt like, yeah, it makes sense to me. You know what I'm saying?
No. I
What do you mean
don't.
no?
What?
She just seems like she would be dating Harry Styles rather than what's his nuts? I can't think of his name. I'm the only thinking of Ted
Jason
Lasso.
Sudeikis.
Yeah, like I like Jason Sudeikis. I think he's funny, but I remember when he was dating Olivia Wilde, like they seem like a weird couple to me. Like she feels like she's like a kind of a weird actress and like never like a superstar, but she feels like she would date a guy like Harry Styles. It actually made sense to me. They look like a couple to me.
I guess I just don't know anything about her, to be honest. Like I don't
I mean,
I don't
you
think I've
know, you that she looks like and stuff like
yeah.
that.
Yeah. But
I'm not saying she's too like hot for Jason Sudeikis. He's like a rich movie star and he's like a funny guy. I just think that she looks like she'd date Harry Styles. That's her vibe to me.
okay. I guess I
I was
can
like,
see
yeah,
it.
Harry Styles. Talk about her, by the way, having quite the run. Like she went from Jason Sudeikis, who was probably on like the hottest show, like maybe not the most popular show on TV, but maybe one of the most talked about shows on TV, to Harry Styles. Like
Yeah.
she's not doing too bad.
No, not at
But
all.
she's kind of she might be the Pete Holmes. Pete Holmes. I say Pete Holmes. Pete Davidson
Oh.
of the ladies. Like she's
Oh.
like, oh, I'm like I date pretty famous people, and like for why? Why are they choosing me, sort of thing. Like it's not like she's some like crazy, like I like her a lot, and she's like, but she's not like some super mega star or anything like that. It's interesting. I like it. I think she's the Pete Davidson of ladies.
That's
That's my take.
interesting.
That's where I was
I
going
don't
with
know.
that. I don't
That
think
was
it's a
your
weird take.
roundabout way of getting to you think that.
Listen, my takes are pretty good when you really start thinking about them. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie.
Yeah.
My uh like Pete Davidson. He's not on SNL anymore. Do you see that?
No, I didn't watch
Yeah,
it, but I saw that he quit. Which
yeah,
I
he
was
quit. I didn't
surprised
see it.
I'm surprised he came back cuz I feel like it was last season he kind of seemed like he wasn't coming back and like said thank you for letting me grow up with you guys and then all of a sudden he was back. So,
Yeah.
I wasn't
I don't know if any,
surprised.
I don't know if anything's mattered less than him quitting SNL.
Mhm.
Do you know what I mean? Like he didn't do shit on it. He
Yeah.
was barely on it. He had like one or two moments on the show, and it's like his whole run. And like one of the moments was like him making fun of himself for having like a dead dad. Like, what are we
Yeah.
doing here? Like Pete Davidson's run. I've never seen a guy do more with less. Like his run was huge, and he didn't really have his moments on SNL. He just didn't.
Mm-mm.
Uh, he's on the era that I finally stopped. I haven't watched it in like all year. It's the
I
first
haven't
we used
either.
to tune in all the time and
Yeah.
hate watch it. I can't. I don't even do that anymore. I just
No,
don't
I
care.
don't
I'm like,
either.
it's not even good enough to hate.
No, it's
Eh,
shitty,
Yeah, it'd be
which is a
cool if at some
bummer.
point it's fun again. And the crazy thing is so many talented people have been on it, it's a weird show. It's hard to stretch your legs on it. They don't all really, in my opinion, allow it because they think
Mhm.
they're appealing to the masses. But are they? I never hear anyone talk great about SNL. They just don't. Stop appealing to the masses and let these people who are super talented, like think about Bill Hader and how good Barry is and how
Oh my
wonderful that show
god.
is and how funny it is and how
It's
funny Tim Robinson's
um
show is. I think you should leave on Netflix. It's like probably the funniest sketch show in decades.
yeah.
Like the most probably influential right now. There's young people watching like this is crazy. There's people I didn't even know were into it. They're like, hey, you watch it? I'm like, yeah, that's a great show. I'm glad you're talking about it. Someone brought it up this weekend when I was at a party.
I know it's crazy and I remember when cuz we saw him performing in Chicago before he ever was on SNL and we thought that he was going to be the breakout star cuz he was just so amazing and it just he got stifled somehow but I
Right.
mean enough people there knew his brilliance and he was able to get
Right.
stuff
Well,
after
because
it which is
I'm sure
great.
he just made everyone laugh their asses off in the
Oh
writers'
yeah.
room, and they all got it. They know they're all on it, and they know how they get stifled. And everyone gives Lauren Michaels all this credit, like, "Well, he's done this show for years." I'm like, "Yeah, because it's there, so people are going to watch it, and the people that are on it are talented, and they go on to do stuff, so they think that it's good." But I think I think that it should be if they gave these people a longer leash, it would be. I think it'd be even more. I think it'd be a far more popular show, and it'd be
Oh,
more
for
in the
sure.
zeitgeist. If you gave like if they would let Tim Robinson do his weird shit, it would have worked. He could have maybe reined it in a little bit
Mhm.
because some of that stuff it just ain't gonna like grandmas and grandpas aren't gonna be like, yo, look at this guy, look at this guy yelling about it. Look at this guy yelling about his coworkers making him eat a hot dog on his break or some shit. Like, I get it to an extent, but not really.
No.
Funny's funny. Funny's funny, especially if it's not offensive. Because
Right.
he doesn't really do offensive. If
No.
it's not offensive, let it happen. Like, let it be wild.
But
That's my take.
I feel like there were a couple sketches that he did and like the audience just wasn't laughing and giving
Well,
them what
because
they needed and I'm like, "Come on, people, this is awesome."
right, but they sometimes you need to be Sometimes an audience needs to be trained
Yeah.
to understand the comedic timing. Comedians aren't always like don't always pop off right away because it takes people a minute to be like, what is this? That's why I give every stand-up thing a chance that comes on like Netflix. I always give it
Mhm.
like 5, 10, 15 minutes to try to find their, because like I think the previews they give you with the little clips give you nothing. So I
Right.
try to give it a chance and see what the person has, and I can figure out pretty quick what's going on. But when I can't figure out what's going on is when I stick around because I'm like, what is this? This is going to
Right.
be cool. And then it is, usually.
Yeah.
Um, I feel like I got lots to say today.
I feel like you do too. I like it.
Let's let you talk a little. Let's move on. Let's see. Let's go. Let's go straight. Let's go the Departed way. Let's go the Departed way.
Okay.
I know you watched it ahead of time. You didn't even like wait till last night, right?
I
You watched
know.
it a couple
I
days ago.
didn't. I watched it a couple days ago, and
So wait,
I
The Departed is what she watched. Let's just
The
make sure we get that
Departed.
out here. We watched The Departed. You watched it a couple days ago.
I
This is,
watched
feel like the first like legitimate like good movie I've had you watch, where it's like this is like this one Best Picture. So
yes.
let's hear what you thought of this thing.
And
Say what you're gonna say.
that's exactly how it felt. Um
Mm-hmm.
I went into it completely blind. I knew that Matt Damon and Leo were in it, and that is all I knew about it. I didn't know the storyline or anything like that.
Yeah.
And I saw that it was 2 hours and 36 minutes, so I decided to watch it earlier because I knew that the basketball game was on and I didn't want to do what I did with Evil Dead 2. And like
And watch
it
it
felt
late
right, and
Sunday
it
night.
felt like a chore. I was like, okay, I really want to watch this.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so freaking good.
Yeah.
I was obsessed with it, and there were times where I like had my hands over my like eyes like
Sure.
like
Sure.
watching
Oh
it
yeah.
but not wanting to watch it, and like I'm like, "Oh my god, what's going to happen?"
Right.
And I realized that like after getting into Bosch, I'm super into like cop and detective things. So I was really excited. I was really excited that
uh
that's what it was. And it just,
that's funny.
I mean, the story was so good, and like how everything, like how all the characters like intertwined, and like they knew about each other but didn't know about each other.
Right.
I
Right. You
loved
never
it.
quite knew
Yeah.
never you never quite knew who knew what.
Yeah.
And like you never knew when Leo was gonna get caught. It just felt like he was gonna get caught. And then it's like spoiler alert. And then it's like, fuck yeah, Leo won, man.
Yeah.
Leo won. And then that elevator opened and he
Oh
gets his
my
fucking brains blown
god.
out. Tara, there's only been a
Ah!
few times where I've been in a movie theater where the entire crowd all at the same time was like, holy shit. What
Yeah.
the like just full body gasps.
Yes.
Because we
I
didn't know it was coming. It was one of the most it was a great moment.
I get like I even wrote that I made like a loud noise when that happened, and
Yeah.
I felt like mom because she will do that with like
Yeah.
the most obvious twists and turns, but I was just like, "Oh my god." And then Anthony
Yeah.
Anderson comes downstairs, he gets shot, and
Yeah,
then
that would part yeah,
And then
exactly.
Matt Damon then he was like, "Oh, what? You thought you were the only one?" And then he shoots him, and it's just like, "Oh my god." That scene was just crazy. And
Oh
then
yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah, Matt Damon's the biggest scuzzball in that whole movie.
Yes.
Like biggest piece of shit in that whole movie.
Such a piece of shit.
Like he doesn't give his true self to anybody.
No.
Like he's lying to everybody.
Yes. Um and then the ending of it, spoiler alert, with Mark
We already spoiler
with
alerted it.
Marky Mark being there, and then in his apartment in those little like uh
Booties.
booties, like the TO party
Yeah.
booties.
Yeah, the T.O. party booties. For those who don't know, T.O. makes people wear booties at his parties when they take
Yeah.
their, I don't know if he, over their shoes, or
I
they
don't
have
know.
to take the shoes off and wear the booties, maybe.
I think that's what it was. Um,
I get it.
but it was just so good. And oh my gosh, I think that anytime I see a new Leo movie, I
Yeah.
just fall right back in love with him. And I'm like, he is the best. He's the best.
No, Leo's awesome. Love Leo. He's awesome in that movie. The
Oh,
soundtrack is awesome of that movie. Did you have any other takeaways from it? Like other, like Damon was in it. How'd you feel about Damon? That was like the first real Matt Damon movie you've ever watched, where he was like being an actor,
he
like
was,
for real.
yeah, he was great.
Yeah, Matt Damon's really good.
He was great. Everyone in it was great.
Like
Jack Nicholson was great. Like he was
he I mean
such.
he put it on. He was playing it heavy, but
He,
it was it was
I
great.
know, but he just was like kind of sinister. He plays sinister real well.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
So I really
Marky Mark's really fun in, obviously.
yes.
Alec Baldwin's good in it.
Martin
Uh
Martin Sheen.
Martin Sheen's really good in it. Yeah, he's awesome in it. When he dies, how about that part?
Oh my
You don't
gosh.
expect that. You don't expect him to come flying down. That was
No,
wild.
it was wild.
That was the other moment in the movie. You're like, holy shit, this anyone could die.
Well, and the thing about Martin Sheen is I feel like the only other thing I've seen him in is Grace and Frankie. So I just so sometimes it's just like that I'm picturing like the same guy just but as a detective. it's so it was fun.
That's so funny. That's
Um
awesome.
let's see. I liked the therapist. Um
Oh, the what? The girl, the
yes,
woman.
I liked that
She
relation like I
she's hot in
she
that movie.
and I liked that her relationship with Leo, like even though she was
Oh, I
cheating,
know.
even though like
Why was she even with Matt Damon?
I
Didn't
don't
make any sense.
know.
It made no sense.
No.
And also, why was she with either of them? She was their fucking. She was the fucking therapist.
Yeah.
She was a bad therapist. She was doing a bad job. She was doing a bad
Yeah,
job.
I think that she would have lost her
Like banging
license.
Leo.
Yeah.
The whole Leo thing's wild though. How
Yeah.
about the fact that the credits of the movie start like 20 minutes in?
I know.
Like you don't get the Departed credit scene, like opening credit scene until like 20 minutes in.
Because I wanted to take a picture and send that chat to you where it said The Departed. I'm like,
But it's like,
okay,
what is it?
I was like, I guess it's not gonna say. And then
Right.
down the road.
20 minutes in, yep.
Hmm.
Might even be longer. I don't even know. Hey, kitty cat. Someone
Oh,
wants to come say hello.
hey, Carrot. So yeah,
Awesome. Well, I'm glad you watched it. Glad you took. So I actually had I wanted to know, like, actually, if you'd seen any other Martin Scorsese movies, because like, really, a director makes a movie a lot of the time. Do you know if you've seen any other Scorsese movies? Like, have you seen like Casino or Goodfellas?
no,
Wow,
I don't think I've
that's
seen
crazy to me.
any.
Shutter Island. I'm just looking at a
No,
list here. Wolf of Wall Street.
I've seen part of Wolf of Wall Street.
Okay. I'm trying to think of ones you might have seen. Maybe some older ones. I don't know, man. Gangs of New York?
No,
Man. Yeah, I don't know. Raging Bull, I know you probably haven't seen.
I was supposed
Taxi Drive?
I was supposed to
Taxi
watch
Driver?
Raging Bull for a class in college, but I never did.
That always ruins a movie anyway. If you're not
Yeah.
like a movie person that wants to watch a movie, like some of those people love having to watch those type of movies, but like
Well, that's
Miranda
literally
had
what
it.
I went to school for.
Yeah, you're whack.
I know.
Miranda was in a movie class too, and like I think it ruined. She'd seen some movies in that. It kind of ruins a movie for you
Yeah.
if you're not really there to watch movies. Taxi Driver?
No.
Dang.
Do you want to hear
All
my
right.
Do you want to hear my rating for this one?
Oh yeah. Let's hear the rating. Shit, you got to rate it.
I gave
doubt.
it 5 Jack Nickel Dongs.
Why five Jack Nickel dongs?
Because
Is
the
his dong in the movie?
in the part where they're at the porn theater and then he like turns to Matt Damon
Oh,
with his
that's right.
like wiener.
Weird dong
Yeah.
thing going on. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And I
yeah, yeah,
laughed.
yeah, yeah.
So I was like, "Oh my gosh!" So that movie gets 5 out of 5 Jack Nickel dongs.
It's 5 out of 5. It's a 5 out of 5. It's a
Yes,
5-star
it
rating,
is a
or it's a
five.
5 dong rating.
It's a
Five
five.
nickel dong, Jack nickel dong rating. That's tough to say,
Well, you can shorten
but I
it by
like it.
dong or nickel dong.
What's that?
You can shorten it by saying just dong or nickel dong.
Could you maybe make it a length thing since it's a dong situation? Like inches?
I don't
The
know.
it's a 12 incher.
It's a
12-inch Jack nickel dong.
it's a 12-inch Jack Nickel dong for
That seems
sure.
aggressive.
But
We'll give it 5 out of 5 nickel dongs. Jack nickel dongs. I love it. Well, I'm glad you watched it.
it
I
was
don't
good.
have one picked out for you this week just yet.
Okay.
I never know until the end. Cool.
Yeah.
What about what do you got anything that you caught your ear this week, caught your eye in sports or entertainment or anything of that nature?
Okay. This might bring the mood down, but it was
Oh God.
but the TO
Bum City.
but the TO
What's that?
thing that I talked about earlier, the reason I was thinking
Marion
about
Barber?
Yes.
Yeah. I didn't see what happened.
I
So those don't know Marion Barber was passed away
yeah, a
this
couple days
week.
ago.
A couple days ago.
And
Do we know what happened to him?
no, he was found in the shower and the shower had been like running for like days.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's really sad. Like the thing is he was seriously one of my favorite running backs of all time.
Yeah.
I loved him.
Yeah.
Like I loved the way he ran, not big runs, but like just power runs. Like
Oh, he was beloved as a cowboy
yeah,
for sure.
he was like in my mind the original like beast mode type of runner.
Oh,
A
he
lot
was he was
a lot like
yeah.
Marshawn Lynch. Yeah. So I was just so like I loved him and then I know that after like a couple years ago I was like I wonder what's going on with Marion Barber, like what he's doing with his life, and it was like a sad story where he was going through mental health issues, and
Yeah.
that's probably a CTE issue going on with him. um but I was just so bummed to see that.
That is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a bummer. I mean, it's nothing that's so unsurprising with him the way he played football.
Yeah,
And I hate that he went to the Bears because they didn't appreciate him. Like
I
they almost made
know.
because he was so washed up he was so beat up. The Cowboys
Yes.
beat up running backs so
Yes,
bad
they
over the years.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Zeke's about done. You know.
What's his face
So
that they didn't give the contract to after he like got beat up?
yeah, DeMarcus, or not DeMarcus.
What the heck was his name?
What was his name?
Jesus, real Cowboys fans over here.
He was awesome though.
He
for a couple years.
He was so good.
I can't think of his name either. He went to the Eagles after that.
Well, so it kind of made me, when I thought about Marion Barber, the first thing I always think of is when T.O. is having that wild party at his condo and he's having people
Yeah.
put on their booties. And then all of a sudden it says, and like 2 floors down, and Marion Barber's in his apartment just like playing the piano and like
by
that
himself, like in the dark.
Yeah, and that just like kind of was the dude he was. He was just chill. So I wanted you, and like that's one of my favorite like Hard Knocks memories.
Oh, Hard Knocks.
Mhm.
Heck yeah.
So I want you to think of your top 3 memorable Hard Knocks moments. It can be, if you want, it can be just the Cowboys ones since they've had so many, or you can add in some other ones as well.
Interesting. So top 3 Hard Knocks moments.
Yeah.
For those that don't know, Hard Knocks is an HBO show where they cover the off season of one NFL football team every year, and it's brilliant. It's one of the best TV shows ever. This is hard.
Yeah.
That's honestly, that one would have been on my list for sure.
Yeah.
We loved that
It
moment.
was so funny.
Man, that's hard. It really is hard. Uh, I really enjoy. Man, Tara, that's a tough one. Put me
Mhm.
on the spot. Trying to remember Hard Knocks moments I really loved. Uh, I think that I'm trying to think back even like seasons I like because they're not all. One I really loved is the Kansas City Chiefs were on it one year, and Kansas City was on one year, and their running back was holding out.
Ooh. Was it in 2007? I have like the seasons.
Probably. Why can't I think of his name? Was it? Uh,
Was it Priest Holmes?
no,
Larry Johnson.
it was Larry
Yep.
Johnson. Priest Holmes and Larry Johnson were like kind of on the same team, but Priest Holmes and Larry Johnson were having like monstrous seasons together,
Yeah,
and
I
then
remember that.
Larry Johnson was holding out for a new contract, and Kansas City was like, and all of a sudden he shows up one day, and he finally shows up, and like he runs. It's during practice, and they like don't really tackle, but he runs for a long touchdown, and just the way they filmed it, and it like sick music kicks in, and then
Yeah.
this episode ended. It's like that fucking Hard Knocks music, and then he's like, and it's like, oh fuck, man, Larry Johnson's gonna be awesome this year.
Yeah.
And he was, I mean, he was, but he got dinged. It was that sort of thing. You know how it goes once they pay these running backs, they tend to get dinged. It sucks.
Uh-huh.
But he was awesome, and it like that was a moment where like, fuck yeah, this show's rad as hell.
Yeah.
Like it's the best show on TV, and it is. They do such a good job with it. So that was that's my number. That's one of my moments, along with the Marion Barber. I can't not keep that in my list. Maybe I'll try to think of us. Here, I'll replace this one and then come up with more of it. I really enjoyed every moment this year with what's his name's with Diggs's kid in it.
Yes.
Every moment that had Trayvon Diggs' kid on was spectacular.
I know.
This kid was so charming. He needs his own TV show. I don't remember how old he was. He was young, but he was just said the cutest shit, and he was charming, and Trayvon was kind of a quiet dude and was kind of like enjoyed like watching his kid talk to people, and then he thought he couldn't figure out who Dak Prescott was, even though
called him
Dak
Patrick Mahomes. Yeah.
Called him Patrick Mahomes, even though Dak Prescott's his favorite player.
Yeah.
It was so fucking funny. So I'll put that in there as my cowboy moment.
I had that on my list too,
sure.
because it was the cutest. Like he just stole the show, and I was like, his name was Aiden. I'm like, I need more Aiden in my life.
Yeah, he was good. Like he needs to be on like Sesame Street or some shit like that, just like doing stuff. Or someone needs to cast him in a like a sitcom where he's the kid that comes in and does basically the Olsen twin shit. Where he just comes in and says like a quick line, like he's that good. Like where he could be like, "Oh, that's a tasty treat," and people are like, "Whoa!" Oh, I don't know, but I'm not good at writing lines for kids, I guess, but
I liked it.
he liked it. So that's on my list.
Mm-hmm.
And then probably, I really will say, even though it was like annoying, but very memorable, is anything with Chad Ochocinco that year that Cincinnati Bengals were on.
Yeah.
It was just really him trying to do catchphrases and make money. It was interesting. And he's a strange cat, but I remember it. I'll never forget it. It was so like memorable. Just him doing his child please shit and trying to get t-shirts. Child please.
Child please.
Child please. But you're right. Cowboys have been on it 3 times, I think.
Yeah.
Which is silly. I think it's a good team this year, finally.
No,
like,
it's not.
Like a good. Well, no?
It's the Lions, the Detroit Lions.
Oh.
Opposite of good.
Not good.
Not good.
I think they could be okay, though. I'm going to be honest. I think the Lions could be okay this year. I think they got the coach to get them there. I don't know if they have the quarterback to get them there, but they've had so many draft picks over the last few years early on that they've got a lot of talent.
And moxie. They got moxie,
else.
Drew.
Do they have moxie?
I think they do.
All right. I guess they got moxie.
They got moxie.
The Detroit Lions, you heard it here first, are going to be good because they got moxie.
Mm-hmm.
They got Moxie.
So is that your
Any
3
other?
then?
Yeah, that's my 3.
Okay,
Rest in peace, uh,
I
Marion Barber.
yes, rest in peace. Um,
Well, you got 3 of your own. Let's
I
hear them.
have a couple extra. So one was
Okay.
When Jerry Jones was eating the McGriddle and he was salting it, and it was
Oh,
just like, who
yeah,
is this old
yeah,
man?
yeah,
Just
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I was like, I could
For
watch him
sure.
salt his McGriddle. Like, for some reason, I don't like Jerry Jones, but he is like good TV. Um,
Yeah,
he's just good TV. And
Jerry Jones,
then
good TV.
it was the
Idiot,
yes, it was the
but good
Cleveland
TV.
Browns. The Cleveland Browns one with Cajuice when he was like talking about his crystals and he
Oh
goes up
yeah,
to the one.
all
Yes.
Cajuice moments were
All,
awesome.
yes. But the crystal one when he's like, oh my God, can you just like feel the energy
Yeah,
coming off of
yeah.
this?
Mm-hmm.
It was like, oh my gosh, this guy is a trip.
Yeah, I feel like all of our moments are pretty recent. Just because it's hard to remember everything. Though a couple of mine were older, but those are pretty recent seasons. I feel like that you're throwing out Cajuice and Salt and the McGriddle. What
Oh
a
my
nut,
God. Such a
dude! Hard
nut.
Knocks is awesome. If you're not non-sport, because I know I've talked to people that are non-sports fans that listen to this, and sometimes they say they zone out during the sports part. I'm trying to figure out how to make the sports part more interesting to people. I think this is the type of thing we need to give them if they're
Sure.
not sports fans, because where we can still talk about sports. But I don't need to cater to everyone either. So, but Hard Knocks is, if you've never seen Hard Knocks, as far as documentary series go, it's awesome. They do an amazing job of making you love football. You know,
Did you watch the
there's
in
like
season at all?
no
I didn't either. And it was with
who was it?
the Colts. So our guy Jonathan Taylor was on it, and I just never
Yeah, I
watched
didn't
it.
watch it. I just want the 4 weeks of it. I'm out. I remember thinking like, oh, they should do this all season, but no, I just want it, and then I just want to watch football. Though again, I may not watch it this year. We shall see.
We'll see.
We shall see. Um, awesome. NBA finals are going on. We'll stick in sports now. For those who are in sports zone out mode, just keep staying in it. But the NBA finals are going on, and I'm here to say, I'm not going to get too much into it. Steph Curry is a really excellent basketball player. I really love watching him play basketball.
Mm-hmm.
I'm rooting for that to win. A guy that just plays basketball in such a, I don't know, smart, skilled manner is just more interesting to me than a bunch of dudes that are kind of annoying in the Celtics.
Yeah.
The amount, but the thing I'm taking from it most is 3 balls. That's all it is. I'm sticking to my 3-ball truther. I got to get it out there. I got to make a video. I got to make it one of our videos. The 3-ball is ruining basketball. There's no reason it should be 3 points. That's all people do is shoot threes.
I know.
It's so boring.
And
It makes the game. It's basically just a blowout either way,
Yep.
depending on who hit the most threes that game. That's so boring.
Yeah, and I feel like the basket play close to the hoop sucks. Like people can't make their
Suffers. It's terrible.
bunnies, and it's
No one has any post plays.
yeah.
It's just like, yeah, a shot. And like the way they have to play defense, it's hard to guard a guy on 3 anyway. It's like, why are we making it easier for guys to shoot threes? It isn't more interesting.
No.
If you think making threes is more, just because there's technically more points, there's not more baskets is what's important. People need to score baskets.
Right.
When people miss a lot, it is boring, yes, but it doesn't need to be a bunch of threes.
No.
Because then the other team needs to have to start shooting threes, and then and if they're not hitting them, it's just a bunch of missed
That's
threes.
exactly
Instead
it.
of them instead of them doing like cool stuff to like get an open layup. It's like, because the layups don't matter. Like, cool, I just hit like 10 layups, but these guys hit 5 threes, so
yeah.
They're ahead of us. Like,
yeah, that's exactly it. It's they're hitting all these threes, and if we want to stay in this game, we have to shoot these threes too.
It's terrible basketball. Yeah. It's terrible. It's unwatchable. And I love basketball. That's the thing. That's what I want it not to be, that because it's like less. It's just it's less entertaining to me.
Mm-hmm. Did you watch both the games?
Well, we got to get a movement going, Tara.
I know.
We got to get a movement going. But what I'm taking from is I'm cheering for the Warriors. It was fun to see them blow out the Celtics last night in the third quarter. Um, like a half court shot is fun to me.
Like that buzzer
Like you
beater?
basically hit a half. Yeah, the buzzer beater,
It
the
was
half or a half at half
right.
court.
Yeah.
That was fun. I don't think it should be worth more points though.
Okay, but it was fun.
Absolutely, it was cool that he hit it.
I
It just shouldn't be worth more points.
like they were ahead by I think what 10 at that put them like 13 over. I don't remember.
No, they were up by
Oh,
20 at that
so
point.
that put them like
They had been on a barrage at that
so
point,
that put
just
him
jacking threes up.
23 over, and I still like when he made that shot. Both
You're
Dad and I
psyched.
were like, "Woo!" Like like made
Yeah,
noises
it was
because
great.
it was so fun. Like
Yeah, it's great.
that's that was seriously my only takeaway from because everything
Well, that's
else
the
has
thing
kind
is,
of been the same, like you said. It's just like threes and threes. I'm like, okay, what's my
yeah,
new takeaway since like I don't want to have the same one, and it's buzzer buzzer beater shots
buzzer
are
beaters are cool.
are awesome.
Far away shots are cool. That's the
Yeah.
thing. If a half court shot was worth 0 points, it still would be fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. It's fun to see a ball go in from really far. A three isn't exciting because everyone makes it from there now. It's not
Right.
like far away, but like when someone goes the extra distance,
Yeah.
that should maybe be that. How about this? How about if basketball became more like gymnastics or something like that, where it was subjective scoring? Like that was a fun play. I'm giving it an extra point. How about that?
Yeah.
Like that was a far shot. Like it was impressively like because the three's not always that impressive, but if someone like they pull up in someone's face from far away and it's like extra long, bonus point. I'll take that. It's subjective. If it looks cool.
All
What do
right.
we think about this, Tara?
I don't know. I like it, I
That
guess.
that's make NBA scoring subjective.
Yeah.
2 points always, unless it's kind of cool. Unless it looks cooler than it should be. Like a cool dunk can get you an extra point if it's cool enough. Like enough people in everyone in the crowd has a buzzer. I'm taking this to the future,
Ooh.
baby. Listen to this. Everyone in the crowd has a buzzer. A little buzzer. It could be problematic. Not everyone.
No.
Half of one fans, half of the other. So both fan groups, the same amount of buzzers.
Or what if they
that
can't
too.
be a part of the fan group? It just has to be a neutral.
I think some of the fans have to be there too.
Okay.
I think a little bit of all of it. Okay. Okay, we'll say 33% are the fans of one team, 33% of the other, and then the other 34% are biased. Are somehow. That's gonna be hard to prove, but yes, and then if they get and then over, you have to get a certain percent. I don't think it's 50%. I think you have to get somewhere like 60%, 65%, and you get a bonus point because they thought it was cool enough. I don't hate it.
I don't hate it.
I don't hate it.
But
You hate it?
I don't hate it. I just think
Listen, I hear a lot of takes on how to fix games. This is the first I've heard this take. This is a fun take.
It is a fun take. The logistics of it are a little bit hard, but if we could figure it out, I do like it. Because
why are the logistics hard?
I don't know, because I just don't think people are gonna go for it.
Tara, think about it. That buzzer beater last night at the end of the third quarter, 90% of the people are going to be like, yeah. Everyone on, like, even some people on the other team are like, that was dope. That was dope. And if you get enough of those, that's when it becomes a 4-point shot, maybe even. I don't know. I don't know. We're going to change the game of basketball right here on MELLONfights. I think it's fun.
I like it.
It's like half.
I think it's fun. It's crowd involvement, which is always fun.
Love.
They should try it at
the All-Star game.
Yes,
perfect for the All-Star game.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe only do it at the All-Star game. Maybe that's how the All-Star game works. That'd be fucking fun.
That would be fun.
Because then everyone's like, because that's a little different. Everyone doesn't care. The whole stadium could have it for that.
Yeah.
Because who cares who wins?
They're just looking for a fun time.
Like, if they're like, man, that was worth an extra bonus point. And then just hit their little, buzzer.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I love it, Tara. You got anything else for me? I'm pumped about it. I'm trying to figure out how to get that off the ground.
I actually like it for the All-Star game. I think it's a good idea because But yeah, let's start at the All-Star game and then we can keep on moving. Yeah.
I asked if you had anything else for me.
In the basketball realm?
Yeah, sure. Actually, the game. Did you have any takes from the game? Because I kind of bogarted that with my crazy idea.
I pretty much have the same thoughts as you do. My only other
All right,
one
cool.
is
Who's winning? Well, we didn't do a prediction.
Oh.
We didn't do a prediction.
I think it's gonna be the Warriors.
Yeah, I would have said Warriors at the beginning, and after the first 2 games, I still think the Warriors. Like the fact that the Warriors lost that first game, to me was surprising because they were up by so much
I
at the end of the third,
know.
and they just kind of went cold. I think that's going to happen less than Celtics going that hot for a quarter.
Mm-hmm.
So I do have the Warriors in 6. We'll say.
I'll say something different than you. I'll say Warriors in 7. Are you drinking a Truly right now?
I'm drinking a Truly margarita right now. It's 11 a.m. and I'm drinking it's noon now, so whatever. I didn't have any. I needed flavor. And I didn't have anything with flavor. I didn't want just water right now, so I'm drinking a Truly margarita.
Oh my God, Drew.
Drinking a Truly margarita at 12 at noon.
It's funny because I went and got our sponsor of our
That's nice
Pepsi Max and
Pepsi Zero Sugar.
Yep.
Only here on MELLONfights Radio.
And Dad has like these little mojito rum things, and I was like, maybe I should grab one.
Did you think about it?
I did. I was like, maybe I should grab one of those for Drew. Like Drew would think it's funny, but I also like kind of want to drink it right now. And I was like, shit, I gotta drive later. And you know me, I don't drink and drive. I don't drink and drive.
Tara can't drink one drink 4 hours before she drives, and she still won't fucking drive.
No.
It's wild.
It's called
I get it.
It's called
drinking driving's
responsible.
bad, but
it's called being responsible. But I really
you can tell
wanted that flavor. So I get it.
And now I'm drinking them.
I know.
I'm drinking it. Yeah.
I'm like, dude, I should have done it, and that would have been hilarious if we both were sitting there drinking.
If you would have popped it up, I'm like, what?
And you'd be like, look at me.
You're a whack ass. You're whack, and I'm day drinking. I ain't worried. It's like it's brunch time. It's cool.
Do you want me to?
Eating. It's Monday.
Do you want me to tell you about this
What?
water?
What do you mean?
Because this water is something that I tried today.
What do you mean? What's up with it?
Okay, so I saw that there's this thing called water manifesting.
Oh my God.
And I don't know, like maybe I am like crazy or going through a midlife crisis or something, but I'm just like trying to find ways to improve my life. And I saw something on Instagram, so you know that it's real if it's on Instagram, and it's like this Hindu way of like manifesting, and it's because like your body is so much water, and what you do is like you sit and you like manifest into your water, and then like
what does that mean, manifest into your water?
Like whatever you want, like
so you just hold water
while you're like looking into like putting that energy into your water, and then you put it in the sunlight for at least 10 minutes to have like the magic happens, and then you like drink your manifestations throughout the day.
Tara,
right there, that was a house in by the ocean that I'm manifesting.
Tara, are you okay?
No.
Are you okay? Like, what are we talking about?
I'm down to try things.
She's down to clown.
I'm down to clown.
Tara, that's wild.
So we both...
I'm concerned now. I'm concerned.
I'm concerned about
manifest
you too.
Away, though. Tara, you can't manifest something and then not try action. You got to also have some action involved with it.
I know. That's part of my manifesting.
Are you taking action?
I'm drinking.
Are you taking action towards your beach house?
Yeah, I'm drinking my water.
Okay. Holy shit. I love it. Oh my god. Well, let me. I
Yeah.
have a couple of emails that came in.
Oh,
So we got a repeat. Miranda sent another one, so
look
I won't go too
out.
much into it. But she did have her war movies, which I'll give her.
Okay.
I'll give her props on those. She said Inglorious Bastards,
Mm-hmm.
Saving Private Ryan, even though she just saw it for the first time. She said, and she says, does Forrest Gump count?
I was actually
And
thinking
there is
about
some
that.
war moments in it.
Mm-hmm.
And then she says, if it not, Small Soldiers.
Small soldiers.
The movie she thought I was talking about. That I couldn't remember. I never did end up looking up what the name of the movie was. I think it's called Toy Soldiers now that I think about it.
Was
But she likes Small Soldiers, which is that animated
okay.
one. With, like,
It's the GI Joe one.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the GI. I don't think it's GI Joe, but
Right. It's like the little mini animated things.
and then she also has called me out for not doing my TikTok dance yet. So
I was gonna see if you did it.
I didn't. I had COVID for a couple weeks, but now I'm good.
Okay.
I'll learn it this week. I'll learn one. I will learn one this week.
Okay, good.
I will learn a TikTok dance and post it, and I will be embarrassed, and it'll be weird.
It'll be good.
We also got our buddy Chris sent one in.
Ooh.
And he said he's admitting to being a huge Let's Go guy. He's a big Let's Go guy.
I can see that.
Which he is.
I can see that.
Yeah. He says Let's Go not at sporting events. He loves a Let's Go.
Let's go.
He's a Let's Go guy for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So giving his props on that. He doesn't like when fans record on their phones. That's true of anything, really.
Yep.
That's a good take for his pet peeves. He also what else is he? He hates when fans get mad when you're standing up for plays or moments. So his pet peeves are pet peeves at concerts. Turns out,
they are.
People with phones, people that get mad when you stand up.
Yep.
He's right. Just stay. He's like, stay at home and watch the game on the TV if you're not going to stand up.
Mm-hmm.
And he hates a nerd at a game.
What?
I don't know exactly what he means by it. Like, just someone who's not real, probably non-sports fan. He's like, I'm there to drink, shout, and talk shit and cheer my guys at victory. Can't stand the get out of the kitchen. No, he just doesn't like nerdy fans. He doesn't like shitty fans.
Okay,
nerdy fans.
nerds.
I get it. Who likes a nerd? Like someone who's not really into sports. Don't come.
Somebody
Don't
who's
come.
like, well,
that's why I don't like the Super Bowl.
Somebody who's like, well, actually,
No, I don't
the
think that's what he's talking
percentage.
about. I don't think that's what he's talking about. I think he's talking about the guy that goes sports ball.
Oh God,
Miranda likes to do that bullshit with her family about anything other. They like football, but they'll go sports ball. I'm just like, what are you talking about? You can't like one sport and then say sports ball to all the other sports.
Yeah, that's a huge
But
pet peeve.
but yeah, it's just like, yeah, get it. That's why I said I don't like Super Bowl that much because a lot of people there aren't sports fans, and it's like I don't want to be around you that much. That's why sometimes I don't go to Super Bowl parties. I really like to watch the game myself.
Yeah.
And also he thinks our take on, he's like surprised that we're not. He's surprised by our Celtics heat.
What?
Our Celtics fandom, our hate. I'm sorry.
Why?
He's enjoying it. He thinks they're likable. I disagree, Chris.
What?
They're fucking douches.
Total douches.
Yeah, they're douches.
Douche.
Well, he probably is anti-Warriors at this point, but I'm kind of back into him just because I don't know, Seth. I just like the way Steph plays basketball.
Jesus Christ.
So there you go. Heat fans aren't relatable either, by the way. They're punk. They're least relatable fans on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
And then here's the coup de grace of emails for the week. Olsen did get back to us on soccer.
Good.
Olsen, she says pros definitely don't flip, which I said they don't do shit like that. She said she thinks they thought it was cool back then. And she thinks it went farther, but she's like, I don't think she did. She doesn't sure if there's accuracy at all. No benefit, really.
Yeah.
And she also would say high school girls soccer sucks.
And that I could play in it?
But maybe she didn't say that. But she should. We said we shouldn't base our love of soccer, hate of soccer on girls soccer.
Okay.
High school.
Well, I don't.
But guess what? I don't. And she said, I think Oregon won. That's our hometown, guys. Oregon, Wisconsin.
Woo.
But we're not basing our love of soccer on high school girls soccer.
No.
Do you want to know why, Olson? Because we went to about 4. Actually, I used to go to girls high school soccer games a lot, but just to go to like pick up like palms from practice, and then we'd go hang out.
Yeah.
Like, hey, let's go halftime, and then we'd go hang out somewhere else. We're basing it on all soccer we've ever seen.
Exactly.
We're just not soccer fans. You know, I thought when I posted that video, we'd get a little more run out of it. No one seemed to give a shit at all. One guy didn't know said, yeah, but what do you like? I said, hoops. He's like, hell yeah.
Yeah. That was the first high school girls soccer game I've ever seen. So definitely not basing it off that, Emily. Nice try, though.
Yeah. She also tried to call me out because in 2014, the World Cup, we watched a lot of it together, and she said I was having a good time. And then, but she also knows there's a caveat that it's probably because we were day drinking together, having a good time.
Yes.
It's like, yeah, for sure, that's what it was. I tried to fake I was trying to hang out with my friend, and like I tried to fake that I was enjoying it. I just wanted to spend time with my friend and get drunk.
Yeah.
And so I was faking that I liked soccer. Like, whatever, who cares?
Do you remember there's that one guy who everyone's like, oh, he's one of the best players, and both of us were like, this guy sucks. He is terrible.
And then he cost him the game.
Yes, he cost them the game.
He cost him the game where they ended up, instead of beating whatever team what's his nuts plays for, the biggest star, what's his name?
Cristiano
Ronaldo.
Mm-hmm.
He ended up scoring, and they tied in that game.
Yeah.
Because that guy made some dumb play and let him get behind him. And they're like, he's great. I'm like, nah, he's garbage. He's garbage. I don't know his name. I don't care what his name was.
I don't remember, but I know that
he was bald. I know.
Yep,
that.
He was bald.
That's what I remember. He had no hair.
And
I'm not saying that was why it happened, guys, bald fellas. I'm just saying that's what I recall from that guy. Maybe he had less. Maybe he was more aerodynamic because of it, but he fucked that game up. Any takes from those emails, Tara?
I liked them. Keep them
Yeah,
coming.
let's get some more.
Keep them coming.
Yeah, let's get some more emails. If you haven't emailed us yet, keep them coming. If you have emailed us, as you see, we read them. Hopefully we get to the point where we can't read them all.
Yeah.
Right now we've read every single email we've got. But please send in an email, especially if you don't know us, because I think a couple of people that don't know us email.
That would be super
or
fun.
Listen. I'd like to hear from you. And if you do know us, email us. Tell your friends about this. Like, I keep hearing people like, hey, I like you guys. I really enjoy listening to this, but I might be, Chris even said it. He's like, I might be biased because I know you, but I really like it. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know either if people that don't know us would like it because I don't know any people that don't know us.
Yeah.
So if you don't know us, email us. If you do know us, tell other people. Because I think, because I've listened to podcasts before of people I know, and I go, this sucks.
Yeah.
I will, in my brain, go, this isn't very good.
Mm-hmm.
But people seem to like listening to us. So email us at MELLONfights, MELLON fights @gmail.com, or follow us on Andyland Entertainment on either Instagram or TikTok. We actually have we do have a Melon Fights Twitter, Tara.
Oh, we do?
That I made years ago, like 2017.
Ooh.
So if people want to follow us on that, go ahead. We don't post anything on it at this moment. I don't like Twitter. I think it's stupid. I stand by that.
I do too.
I know you're supposed to do Twitter stuff, but I will never.
Mm-mm.
You have to be too active on it. I'm not going to do it. You can do it if you want. You can be our Twitter gal.
I can try.
I don't know what you would say, but Twitter.
Do you have any grievances?
I didn't think of a movie. Oh shit! Do you? I don't. Do you?
It's funny. I do have a grievance, and it when Dad'll start saying, "Here's a grievance of mine," like because he listens to it and he's like, "Oh, I got a grievance. Do you want to hear my grievance?" I'm like, "Okay." So he's
so Dad gives you his old man grievances.
He gives me his grievances, which is really funny.
Is it about us usually?
No. Like,
oh, okay.
Like he went to a wedding and he goes, "You know what, Tara? I got a grievance. Weddings have changed. Now they're having their guests clean up. Like when the party ends, the guests have to stay and clean up. That's my grievance." I'm like, that's a good grievance.
It's a good grievance.
Really, and it's true.
It's a good grievance.
It has started happening, and it's crazy. So
it's a way to save money, but like,
at what
don't
cost?
Have a big ass wedding.
Exactly. Like scale back a different way. That's all I gotta say.
Stop doing weddings. Stop it. That's my grievance. Weddings in general.
Mm-hmm.
We know that. What's your grievance though?
So my grievance is as I said earlier, Bosch is like my jam. Well, I started watching the newest season, and
Bosch Legacy,
yeah, and it's on Freevee,
Freevee,
and
formerly IMDb TV.
yes. So what they did is they have ads, right? Which
Yep.
is so annoying because I'm like, I don't want
Yep.
any ads with my Bosch. Like that's not a good
Right.
side. Um
It's a bad look.
it's a bad look and it's pissing me off. But what Freevee does is like the first episode, they just had short little like so it was
Mm-hmm.
like maybe not even 30 seconds. It was one ad and I was like, "Okay, I can deal with this." But when I got to the fourth episode, it was like in like at least four different commercial breaks with four different ads. I'm like, this is bullshit. Like,
Yeah.
you had me thinking that it was going to be easy to watch this, and it is
No,
not.
yeah.
And it,
No, I can't watch anything on IMDb TV/Freevee because the ads are unskippable
yep,
and it's like they're so loud
yep,
and like off-putting. It's the worst.
uh-huh,
It's the worst. Like when a commercial comes on TV, I kind of accept it
yeah,
when I'm watching something because usually it's because I'm watching sports and I know it's gonna and it's like there's nothing. It's live, so I have to have that happen.
mm-hmm,
Or I have something on in the background that I could give a shit about. Do you know what
yeah,
I mean? Like live TV. It's like, cool, this is just on. Forrest Gump's on today. Cool, I'll do it while I do other shit. Forrest Gump's on, it'll be
yeah,
commercials. Otherwise, I DVR it and I fast forward through it.
mm-hmm,
Having to watch a commercial is bullshit.
yes,
Also, hey, Freebie, just charge me a fucking couple bucks. I'd rather you do that
exactly.
than have to watch your shitty ads.
Yeah,
It just ruins the flow of a
that's
show.
exactly it. It ruins the flow of it. And I get pissed off because then sometimes I'll start doing something else and I'm like, shit, I'm missing Bosch. Like this isn't working for me. Cuz it's a great
Missing
show. You have
Bosch.
to watch the original.
I've watched like 2 episodes of it. I'm not a Bosch gal.
Oh, my other grievance is they don't have the same song and it's a bummer.
Oh, they got rid
I
of the
got a
Bosch.
feeling and I can't let go.
Go.
It's
Yeah,
gone.
I know the song.
It's gone.
But I'm not a Boscher. Are they called
They
Boschers?
are.
What are Bosch fans called?
They
Boschers?
are. I'm a
Boschanites?
Boscher.
Boscher.
Yeah.
You're a Harry
I'm a
Boscher.
Harry Boscher.
The fact that his name's Harry Bosch will never get less than crazy to me. It's insane that his name's
So
Harry
good.
Bosch.
I love it.
It's amazing. Yeah, I don't really have a grievance. I agree with your grievance. Like ads on like those, like having Freevee exist is like so useless.
Yeah.
It's so useless. Like, who wants to watch anything like that? How many people really watch stuff on Freevee? And sometimes Freevee has a lot of the best. Like I really want to watch that, but it's on like Freevee at the moment. It's
Mhm.
like I ain't fucking watching this.
No.
I'll wait till it's on something else or pay for. I'd rather and then instead I pay $4 to watch it without any ads.
Yeah.
You know. So, I fuck Tara. I don't
You
have
fuck?
something for you to watch at the moment. I fuck Tara. Just so you know, I am not a virgin. Don't tell people that I am.
Oh my god, that was so loud in my ears.
I haven't thought of a movie for you to
Okay.
watch yet. I'm trying to think. I've had some ideas and I'm blanking. I'll probably cut some of this out just so it sounds like I came up with it ahead of time.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think of things you haven't watched. Every week I find out shit and then I forget. I'm trying to decide if we should go for something that's just like, this is fun. Have you seen Top Gun, by the way?
Yeah, we watched it together.
Oh, okay.
Recently.
Because I'm going to Maverick tomorrow.
Oh, I'm jealous.
I'm going to Maverick tomorrow.
I love to
Pretty excited. I'm going to see. I will give an update on Maverick
no spoils.
next week for everyone. But if I dug it or
Yeah.
not, you know. If I dug it or not. I was gonna say maybe the NBA finals will be over by then, but nope, because there's 85 days in between each game. Like the Bucks could use that in fucking round 2. Middleton would have been back in time. They would have won that damn series. So Tara, I gotta pick a movie for you, and like we kind of discussed it a little bit off air here, but I was like wondering how many Tom Cruise movies you've seen, and how many have you seen Tom Cruise?
I would say very few. I have never seen.
I mean, he's like one of the biggest movie stars in the history of time.
No, I've not seen any of the Mission Impossible movies. Um,
What? None of the Mission Impossible
None of
movies.
them. I think the only I saw Top Gun, but I don't.
So you've seen Top
But
Gun. I'm gonna go see Top Gun next
none
week.
of the other '80s movies he was in. I don't
What?
think.
Like, what's a Tom Cruise movie you have to see? I'm trying to think. Like,
Uh,
Top Gun obviously has. Well, obviously you've seen like Jerry Maguire, probably, right?
no, I've seen Tropic
You know,
Thunder.
no, stop it. That's not it. Doesn't count. Like, have you seen like?
I,
Oh
I
shit! Have you seen Risky
no,
Business? That's a pretty good movie. I hadn't seen it in years. I watched it recently.
I
It's pretty. It holds up pretty good. It's weird. It's a wild movie. Like wild. You know what we watched last week because it's her sick movie. We watched Drop Dead Fred. It's drop dead
it's
terrible.
so bad.
It's
Drop Dead
unwatchable.
terrible.
I hated it. I hated it. Drop Dead Fred is drop dead terrible.
I used to love it so much, but I know it's so bad.
I remember I was liking it, but it sucks. It's a sucky movie. Like a total suck sandwich. Also, hey people, if you want Tara to watch a movie, let us know. I mean, Departed was picked by Dad.
Yeah.
So if you have some ideas of what you think Tara should watch, I might not pick it, but if you think she should watch something,
Shoot us an email.
Shoot us an email. Tara, I think you should watch. I think either Mission Impossible or Risky Business. What one would you rather watch?
I don't know anything about any of them.
You know what Mission Impossible? You know exactly what both of them are.
I don't.
Don't lie.
I don't. I know.
You know what Mission Impossible is? You know what Mission Impossible is?
Is he a dirt, 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 dirt? I don't really know what he does. He does missions.
He's basically an American James Bond.
Oh, okay.
He's a spy.
Oh,
it's like
a spy.
super
Okay.
spy.
And
What the
I
fuck?
literally don't.
No, you're watching that. You're watching fucking that.
Okay.
The fact that you don't even know what Mission Impossible is.
He goes on missions.
Like
I knew that he goes on missions, but I don't know for who.
Like, come on. It's on Paramount.
I got it.
Plus.
I got it.
Watch it on Paramount Plus. I'm so irritated that you don't know that he's like a spy, super spy. It's got quite the cast. Be ready for it. Be ready for Mission Impossible 1. There actually are, and then maybe we'll watch the new one. I haven't seen it.
How many are there?
I don't know, like 6 of them now or some shit.
All right. Well,
decent amount.
I'm excited.
So you're gonna watch Mission Impossible 1. Anything before we bounce out of here?
We still didn't get to your MASH.
Oh shit, we're doing it.
But we
Nah, fuck it.
no.
Yeah, we're doing MASH. We're doing MASH before we go. I don't care. I don't care what people say.
And this could be really boring, so we might just cut it.
Yeah, we might cut it. We're doing MASH because people are asking for it. It's gonna be stupid. So there's no MASH. You write down like a couple different things, and then I don't even know how I do it though, Tara. What do I do to get you to do it?
Well, I start doing check marks, and I tell you to tell me when to stop, and then I stop when you tell me, and that's the number that I go through to mark it off.
Start doing it then.
But do you want me to read you what?
Oh yeah. Let's hear what is in each category.
I said first.
Yep. Let's hear what's in each category.
Or do you want to hear it as I cross it off?
No, let's hear what's in each category, so I can be wishing for stuff.
Okay, so for your cars, I said a Dodge Viper.
Nice.
Pontiac Sunbird.
Slick. I used to
the Mel van.
Oh, you're going with cars I really had.
Except the Dodge Viper and a Chevy Impala.
Nice.
Okay. I didn't know I was supposed to pick bad ones, so I kind of only did a bad one for a city. So I said Chicago, Madison, Austin, or Schaumburg.
Tara, you didn't try very hard. 2 places I'm from. You're supposed to come up with shit that's different than the life I live. Do you understand, MASH? You're not supposed to be oh, you can either have, you're supposed to make it you're a child going my life could be anything. You can either live in Chicago or Schaumburg or Madison, or what was the third one? Austin?
I'll switch it.
You could have what the fuck? Could have been Sydney, Australia. What are we doing? These are your four car
else?
options. Three you've already owned as a high schooler and young adult, or a Dodge Viper, which they don't even like make anymore.
Well, this is what happens when you make someone else make your board.
Well, the idea is to like make it interesting, not like your life is what it is now. Or you could walk. You don't have a car. You walk places. Thank you.
Oh my
What
god.
the fuck? What else you got? What other bad shit you got? What is another category?
Jobs. That's the last one is jobs.
And then it's what's the jobs? Let's hear it.
I said a podcast co-host. a filmmaker.
Uh-huh.
A treat trier.
A treat
Somebody who
trier.
tries new treats.
I like
Somebody who
that.
tries
That's what I'm talking about. That's getting out of the box, baby.
And the last one is a fart machine voiceover actor.
Holy shit. See, you figured the job one you got right, Tara. That's the point. That was it. Have you been like, oh, you could be a tour guide or a hotel bellman? And they're like, cool, thanks for putting the things I've already been. That sucked. Holy shit, Tara. All right, let's play around. And then let's play it around and then we'll get out of here. Oh my God.
Right. Tell me when to stop.
All right. Stop. What's the number?
5.
5. Okay. I don't know exactly how it works.
So 1, 2, 3, 4. Chicago's gone.
So I don't live in Chicago. Okay.
No. 1, 2, 3, 4. Filmmaker is gone.
Yep.
1, 2. Melvan.
Gone.
Podcast co-host gone.
Damn.
Chevy Impala gone.
Dang, that was my favorite car I owned.
Fart.
No.
Machine.
No, I wanted that job.
Gone.
That's a cool job.
Well, Drew, the job you got is a treat trier.
I'm a treat trier.
You're a treat trier.
That's pretty good.
You're a treat trier.
I'll take that. I'll take a treat trier. I'm going to have diabetes, but I'm a treat trier.
2,
What'd you just cross out there? You can't not
4,
tell me.
5. Oh, I crossed out Schaumburg. Sorry.
Oh,
so
shit.
Not living in Schaumburg.
No, Schaumburg.
1, 2. All right. So your vehicle is a Pontiac Sunbird.
Yeah.
Which was your first car ever.
Yeah, it was. I loved that car, so I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Is it going to run as well as that one did?
Yeah. And then you live in Austin.
I drive a Pontiac Sunbird in Austin, Texas. I'm a treat trier. I sound like a hipster that lives in, that sounds like a real person. What do I live in?
So you live in a mansion.
Shit, yeah.
In Austin, Texas. You drive a Pontiac Sunbird and your job is a treat trier.
That sounds like my next script. I'm going to pitch this to Netflix and it's going to hit. What's the show called? What would that show be called? A treat trier in Austin, Texas that drives that Sunbird and lives in a mansion. It's just called The Influencer. That just sounds like an influence. He lives in a mansion, but he tries treats.
He tries treats on YouTube.
On YouTube? Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. I just like my old car, so I drive it. Fuck yeah.
Exactly.
I love it.
It's like, okay, this is the new Oreos. Let's try it today.
Ooh, this Oreo's triple stuffed. Ooh, not for me. Too much frosting. But it's still good.
Too much
You
cream.
got poop dang. That'd be like my catchphrase. I'm going to start a treat trier. I'd probably exist already.
Yeah.
But who wouldn't trust this? Who wouldn't trust this
exists.
guy to tell you how the treat is? I trust
Exactly.
me. Well, I'm glad we played MASH. That's very good stuff. Holy shit. But have yourself a Tuesday, Tara.
You have yourself a Tuesday.
Have a fun Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday. Got it. Ooh.
All right. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Melon fights.
Melon fights.
Oh, wait, hold on. That makes me think about how, like, if we ever were popular, McDonald's could, like, sue us and stuff because of that. But did you see that Giannis is, like, suing people for, like, Greek Freak stuff, like I think like normal people that are doing like Etsy and stuff, Greek freak stuff.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
nice.
a little disappointed by it. Like I understand like
Yeah,
protecting your thing, but if like someone's making like tiny amounts of dollars on it and stuff, it's like why are we? But it's probably his legal team, and they're just going after they just go after anybody that does it. I get it, but at the same time, it's
I don't like it.
like I get it. Protect like Greek like I don't want like a big corporation making a bunch of money on him, but like if someone's like doing like a fun art piece on like Etsy and trying to make a little extra money, like I don't know, dude. Like come on, I don't know.
That bummed me
Weird
out.
last
Way to
take.
bring that mood
Weird,
down.
weird last take. Anyway,
Bummer.
look into it. I
Bummer.
need to learn more about it. I can't find a bunch of
Yeah.
information on it. It's hard to find out what's going on. Ba da ba ba ba. Melon fights.
Melon fights.
All right.